I'm good now.
Alright. I'm gonna fucking
It's
kill you.
afternoon now. What? Oh my god. Toska seems busy and Sakura's sleeping, so I should make dinner. My left arm moves even though it reacts slow, so it shouldn't hinder me if I'm going to make something simple. Still not getting sound.
There might not be any, but I'm not
Lucky.
muted. There's nothing showing up on the volume meter.
Okay.
I'll get the volume meter up.
No, I believe you. I usually don't just have like raw silence.
I don't know. Like, you want the ticking clock back? Because I can pick one up.
Hmm. I guess I can make fried swordfish and simmered meat and potato. I check the contents of the refrigerator and decide the menu. There are 2 additional people eating now, so the food gets used up quickly. I should find some time to go to the shopping district tomorrow. Here we go.
Oh, the whole squad.
Now do all 3 at once.
Thank you for the meal!
Everyone must have liked having dinner ready when they came here, since they all seem to be in a good mood. I'm worried that Ryder isn't here, but I'm sure she has reasons. Her top priority is guarding Sakura, so maybe she has no intention of spending time around Tosuka, who may end up being her enemy. Will Ryder come eat later on? I'll pack it up and take her some if she doesn't come. Ryder seems to like desolate places, so I bet she's either in the dojo or the shed.
Oh, so you're good at this? Sakura's good at Western food, and you're good at Japanese food?
Tosuka picks up the fried swordfish and looks at me in surprise.
Yeah, can we say that he said something simple and then followed that with swordfish? I agree with Inu over here.
Swordfish isn't any harder than any other fish, especially if you're just frying it.
Oh, okay.
You just heat up the fish. It's golden fried with a scent of ginger with an elegant soy sauce taste. She seems to really like it.
I like this one better. I'm glad you're good at cooking.
Ilya eats the potatoes in satisfaction.
Ooh.
It's unfortunate that she's only eating the potato part of the simmered meat and potato, but I'm glad she likes it. Wait. Sakura's tilting her head in confusion, chopsticks in hand. Sakura? What's wrong? You don't have any appetite?
Oh, I do, but Senpai, the simmered meat and potato doesn't have any sugar in it. It tastes strange.
What?
What? Oh, okay. I was like, did everyone say it?
I made such a stupid mistake on something I'm so used to cooking? Damn, hold on. I serve myself out of the big dish in the center and try some. That's strange. This tastes normal. Sakura, does this taste weird?
Weird. Didn't you use salt instead of sugar? I don't taste anything sweet.
Really? Isn't it supposed to taste this way? Well, now I feel doubts that it's not Rin. But she showed up on screen, right?
Yeah, I
Why
think it's probably Ren.
Okay. Really? Isn't it supposed to taste this way? Well, it does taste different because there's something in it to bring out the flavor. But this is something you can't really copy and make.
I don't know since this is the first time I've had this dish, but it's good. It's sweet and easy to eat.
Sakura looks dissatisfied. She reaches out for seconds. 1 bite, 2 bites, 3 bites. Sakura?
Sakura got COVID. She can't taste anything.
Huh? Oh, it seems I ate a piece that wasn't simmered. I'm sorry I said something weird. Your food is good like always.
Sakura smiles and keeps eating. Sakura keeps eating like nothing happened. I was worried by Sakura's odd behavior, but she seemed well enough after that. In fact, she asked for seconds 3 times.
Look at his face!
Sakura kept eating and finished off the food while Tosuka stared at her in surprise.
I'm just gonna eternally be sad that Prisma Ilya was so fucking horny. Because Ilya is such a gem.
She's still a gem in this show.
That's true.
It's past 10 o'clock.
It's about time. Let's get going, Shiro.
Tosuka finishes preparing and appears. I know. Please watch the house while we're gone, Sakura. Tosuka and I head out to patrol the town as planned.
We have exactly 0 servants, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's stupid this is our only measure against Zoken, but it's all we can do for now. We need to defeat Zoken, Assassin, Saber, and the Black Shadow. They aren't ones we can defeat head on. We have to sit tight until the countermeasure Tosuka is preparing is completed. But we can't just stay at my house. According to the news this morning, Matou's Zoken has started to attack ordinary people. We can't match them right now, but we should at least patrol the town so there won't be more victims. Ryder's here, but Ryder's pretty, like, on Sakura exclusive duty. Ryder's not patrolling with us.
Yeah, I meant the people leaving the house. They're like, do we? Us two about to walk out the front door right now have a servant? We do not!
We put our shoes on silently. We know how dangerous it is to go out into the town tonight. Zoken's only after Sakura, but we should get in his way if it would... We should get in his way if we're walking about. In the worst case, it'll be a repeat of our encounter in the forest. Considering that, we can't be talking lightheartedly.
Hey, what are you doing?
And we don't have anything to spare, but Tosuka glares at me and...
You don't need to see us off. Go back to your room, Sakura.
No, she's not glaring at me. She's glaring at Sakura, who's standing in the hallway.
Nae-san, I'll go too. It's dangerous for you two to go out alone, so...
Sakura?
That must be why she's here. I appreciate her concern, but our plan's already determined.
No, you should know you're Zoken's target. Please stay here with Ilya and protect yourself.
I know, but you can only use one arm, Senpai. And Nae-san doesn't have a servant, so...
Don't be ridiculous, Sakura. It doesn't change the fact that you're our enemy. I can't trust you with my back when I don't know when you'll turn into Zoken's puppet.
But, Nae-san...
You just concentrate on protecting yourself. If you feel sorry for us, please don't trouble us about this. Just let Ryder protect you. Like, protect you and Ilya.
Tosuka, you... Whoa, hey!
Hey, don't just stand there. Let's get going. While we stand around, he could be out there attacking somebody else.
Tosuka grabs my hand and drags me outside. Oh, just be careful and watch the house, Sakura. I'll leave Ilya to you. Hey, wait, Tosuka, I'll follow you, so let go of me already.
Not this premarital hand-holding. It's your fault for being slow.
Tosuka lets go and comes to a halt.
What's with that face? If you have something to say, then spit it out.
And it's like this all of a sudden. Tosuka's acting defiantly. Man. If it bothers her that much, she shouldn't have said it in the first place. Man, then I'm saying it, Tosuka. It's about what happened now, but don't say such things to Sakura. Sakura isn't like that because she wants to be.
I know, but that's why I have to be firm with her. If we aren't, Zogan will be sure to take advantage. I don't feel any sympathy towards Sakura. It doesn't concern me if she's Zoken's puppet, and I have nothing to do with what happened to her after she was adopted to the Mado family. It does no good for me to say anything about her problem.
Osaka.
Look, I'm at your house not because Sakura is there, but because you're there. My goal is not to save Sakura, but to obtain the Holy Grail. I'll keep watch on Sakura for that goal, and I don't care even if she hates me for it. That's why I'll say things like that, and I'm going to keep treating her as my enemy.
It won't bother you at all if she hates you. Her feelings don't matter because she's a complete stranger.
That's right. Do you have any complaints?
You idiot, of course I do. Man, this is not like Tosaka. She should be able to say it like it's nothing. Instead, she's clenching her fists like she's trying to convince herself. Alright, if you want to act that way, then go ahead. Sakura knows how you feel, no matter what kind of attitude you take towards her.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Talking about how important Sakura is to you. I'm an outsider and I notice it, so it should be obvious to her.
That's a misunderstanding.
There's nothing to misunderstand. People can't get seriously mad about things they don't care about. You're strict to Sakura for a reason. You don't say it, but she's still your precious sister.
What are you saying, you idiot? Stop saying such snobby things!
Tosuka's face turns red with anger. But I don't feel the usual intensity, and I know why. Oh, was it a bother?
It is a bother. Isn't it obvious?
I see. Then while I'm at it, I have something else to say. I want you and Sakura to get along. She likes you and you like her, so I don't like it when it's awkward between you two.
Hey now, she has to be my enemy. Making friends with her now won't do any good. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Isn't it fine as is? Have confidence in yourself, Tosuka. Even I can tell that you're being a good big sister.
Enough with the chatting. We're going to the place they showed in the news this morning.
Tosuka looks away and starts to walk. I reply to her absent-mindedly and follow. Then,
Shiro?
she calls my name without looking at me and...
Thanks. That made me, happy?
Tosuka grumbles, embarrassed.
Minerva, you are very in my face today. Do you want to be... We've already replaced you as Berserker. We're good.
There's nobody at the Central Park. The park that's deserted even during the day is even quieter after the murder yesterday. The park is not a place for relaxation within the business district, and it's no different from a desert and uncultivated land.
A murder, huh? It seems people are treating it as an accident rather than a murder case. Well, I guess you really can't call it a murder when you can't tell who died and what the missing body parts are.
I still see traces of blood on the grass. Looks like a bucket full was spilled in 4 separate areas. The darkened patches have some distance between them, probably because the victims frantically tried to escape. Tosuka, you said this might be Zoken's doing, but what do you think now? Do you still think so after coming here?
Ew! Let's see. I thought it might be the Black Shadow's doing, but it doesn't seem that way. All the mana in the area would be swallowed if that thing had appeared. But the magical energy here isn't exhausted. Well, I still think the incident here was an unexpected meal.
That's all the information we can get out of this place. Tosuka and I leave the side of the tragedy behind us. We didn't find anything in Shinto. Maybe Zogen's not active tonight, probably because the incident yesterday was so vivid. The date's about to change. A riverside breeze blows as we trudge home. And... Tosuka, Sakura is the successor of Mato, right? I suddenly feel like asking the question that was on my mind for a while.
Why are you asking that now? I have nothing to hide.
No, that's not what I meant. If she's a successor, that means she's a magus, right? So I'm wondering what kind of magic she uses.
Oh, I see now. Yeah, I hear Mato's magic is in bindings and coercions. I also hear that the command spell wouldn't have been possible without Mato.
Oh, so Sakura's magic is restriction? But then... on that day... the magic Sakura used when the Crestworm tortured her must have been Rider's power.
I don't think it's restriction. That's the Makiri's forbidden magic, and it's not their strong point. But it's meaningless to think about it. Sakura doesn't have the magical energy to use magic. The Crestworm will feed on such excess energy first, so she shouldn't be able to use magic.
I see. That's good. So, how good is Sakura in your eyes? Is she about as good as you, considering she's the Mato successor?
We've about the same number of magic circuits. Did you forget that we're sisters?
Oh. That's right. That's why they wanted to adopt her in the first place. Oh, so she's about as good as you.
I don't think so. My attribute is 5 elements, and hers is imaginary element. But the Mato family has a water attribute, so they changed her by force. What do you think would happen to a bird that has the potential to fly if it's put in water?
It'll die, or...
Yes, adapting to the water would be all it could do. She would have had great success as a Tosaka, but she's no different from you because she was forced to change into a Mato. No, you're much stronger than her because you train your body.
And let's say you and Sakura fought using magic.
I'd win 10 times out of 10. With her magical energy capacity, Sakura would never get past my barrier.
I see. I couldn't figure out what kind of magus Sakura is, but I got to know their power balance. Tosuka isn't one to bluff, so she must be speaking the truth. But I'm embarrassed. I never knew Sakura was a magus, and I don't know how good she is. I'm a dumbass for pretending to be her guardian all this time.
Hey now, the Crestworm eats the magical energy in her, so you'd never know she's a magus even if you're by her all the time. And she did her best not to let you know. So don't say such a thing in front of her, okay?
She doesn't even need to tell me. Sakura's Sakura, even if she's a magus. First of all, I'm not that skillful. No matter who Sakura may really be, I can only treat her like I always have. You're right. If you say so, I'll just treat her the same as always. I don't even think about asking for her help as a magus. That's fine with you, right?
Of course. If you were going to rely on Sakura, I would have taken her to my house.
Tosuka's kindness makes my heart jump. See, Tosuka really is a good sister.
But I don't think that's possible. Sakura smiles when she's at your house. If you talk about surprising, that's what surprised me the most.
Then, a look of happiness on her face, she says something odd. Smile, but Sakura is, she's always like that.
Yeah, it was needless worry on my part. I can't talk to her that much, so I watched her. I went to the archery club every day after she started coming to our school.
Yeah, I know that, but...
Yeah, and I realized after a while that she never smiled.
That's... something I'm hearing for the first time, but I can't deny what she's saying. Come to think of it, Sakura always looked gloomy at school.
Well, the only exception was when you were there. She smiled whenever you came to the archery club. In short, Sakura's only cheerful when you're in front of her.
Her words should make me happy. But... Sakura doesn't smile in front of people? They seem to hide a dangerous truth.
Dude, I don't know why my arm stays up. It's fine. Don't you leave me alone? My hand tracker says your hand is on the mouse. All right. Good work.
It just looks like
You see my arm? You see it?
it looks like you aggressively check your watch sometimes.
Just aggressively. Is my bird in the right
What
place?
time is it?
No. Yeah, look, every time I sit up, my little tracker is like, hey man, those are your hands. They're on your desk. And you're like, okay.
Weird.
I did kind of want a more lore dump on Sakura, but that's fine too. Learning
Lore
about
dumped on Sakura quite a bit in this route.
Yeah. I just needed a more of a lore dump reminder, because God, it's been, what, a month since we played?
Yeah, that's true. I wish they would have explained what they mean by her type being the imaginary element.
Yeah, what the
whereas,
fuck is
like,
that?
Rin is 5 elements. And that's just some, like, classical alchemy shit, I think.
Oh, I see.
But I do know that Sakura's CE in Fate Go is called the imaginary element. That's your, like, knockoff Kaleido, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know the name of it. But if that's the one you're talking about, then...
I'm pretty sure it is.
Hold on, we gotta open up Fate Go real quick. In both Fate Route and Heaven's Feel, Shiro doesn't realize the girls he likes don't smile when he's not there.
There's no reason he would know that, or necessarily, right? Like, if people smile always when he's around them, he's like, oh, they're a smiley person.
Yeah, someone would have to give him that information.
Yeah.
You're doing a multi for Tomo. Is that the caster
When
lady?
it goes in. It's the archer.
Oh.
Like, Oni archer. She's super cool.
I don't
I
know,
pulled her a
man.
long time ago, back when I was running Shimosa, and haven't really leveled her yet, because I have a million archers.
It do be like that. I just assume that Kevin always rolls the craziest rolls ever since he pulled Jolter twice in a row.
Yeah, I'm still pretty mad about that.
Pull Kyohime uninstalling.
I love Kyohime.
She's okay. Like, she's funny.
Yeah, she's just like a little dragon girl.
Rin's 5 elements is basically strong in main 5 elements like water, like fire, water, etc. Imaginary numbers like a different dimension separated from this one, which is very complicated to explain.
Yeah, I know it gets explained in this route. We haven't got there yet.
I see. Okay, you ready?
Yep. It's past 1 o'clock when I return to my room. Whew. I sit down on my futon.
Fucking threw your body on the ground. What do you mean?
You
hear that
Our
sound?
patrol yielded nothing. All we did was confirm that this morning's news was real. Enemies we must defeat. Just thinking about them sends cold, nauseous feelings through me. Even a human could match Zoken or Assassin. But those two are different. I don't even know if the Black Shadow has a concept of death, and Saber is someone we don't even stand a chance against. But as long as they're victims, we can't just ignore them saying we can't beat them. Archer's arm, huh? I put my hand on the red cloth. I have a weapon. I don't know how far this will get me, but I do have a weapon. The question is if I can manage it, if my body can withstand it. I guess a bit is fine.
Weren't we explicitly told to not use it?
Yes.
Alright.
I untied the knot on the red cloth. The cloth loosens up and blood flows into my arm. At that instant, I think I heard a beast's howl. I'm stabbed. My whole body is pierced. Is this pain? If this is pain, then the pain I've experienced until now isn't pain. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. The floor's ruggedness, the softness of the futon hurts. It feels like I'm sitting on a mountain of swords. The air is poisonous, and I die 3 times as I breathe it in. Birds are chirping in the distance. The wind is strong. There's no moisture. My skin dries and turns into sand, flowing, scouring, crumbling. Tongs are inserted from the hollowed holes. 32 enter where my shoulder used to be. They carefully, accurately, and elaborately pierce my internal jugular vein, trachea, spinal cord, sympathetic nervous system, lobus superior pulmonis, lobus medius pulmonis, dextri, lobus inferior pulmonis, main artery, heart, diaphragm, spleen, stomach, liver, gallbladder, and colon. Ah! It's crumbling. Time slows to an impossible crawl. I see 60 trillion cells crumbling apart at the rate of 3-4 knot per second. There's no pain. There's no pain. There is no pain. There's only fear. The end roll invades the amazing speed. The flashback stops with fantastic image. Death before my eyes, death past me, death at the moment. The pain's not physical, but only the explosion of negation every time death is thrown at me. I hear a sound. The sound of my head striking the floor. My eyes are hot. I realize I've been crying. Desperately, I stifle the scream building in my throat. I curl up, push my head against the floor, grab my left arm with my right hand, and just cry. I'm scared. The thing I've been missing since the fire 10 years ago. I'm scared. A natural fear for any living thing. I'm scared. For the first time in my life, I want to run away from my end. It's not because dying will hurt. It's not because I want to live. It's just because it fills me with dread. I tie up the red cloth. I tie the knot tight so it'll never come loose again. No, this isn't good. I groan and cry. The priest said I'll die if I use my left arm. That's nonsense. I'll die if I take this cloth off. My body might be able to bear it, but my mind will die. My consciousness crumbled away when I loosened the cloth, and my shoulder touched the outside air. I couldn't bear it. I can't live without this cloth. No. If this arm is a contradictory existence that people should not associate with, my body, its death foretold, runs to the terminal station. The ship with a crack in the bilge can only sink into the ocean depths, the passengers unaware, too late for anything. My breath is running wild. I had a bad dream. I wiped the sweat off my forehead. I can't stand up. I stay cowered, bearing the strange pain. Oh. I can't remember. My left arm hurts. It hurts so much that I want to cut it off. I try to recall why it hurts, but I can't remember how to recollect anything in the past. The pain goes away. I gather up my consciousness. It must be because I was asleep. The dispersed memories look as if they can be cooked nicely, just like chopped onions. See, I can add color with soy sauce, add flavor with pepper, and add some potato starch to complete the dish. Oh, that sounds nasty. I murmur to myself. My head is good for nothing, but I can still manage to come up with a conclusion. In short, I don't have to eat something that's not good. My left arm's already gone. Nobody relies on something that's not there. Therefore, Emiyashiro has no weapon. This foreign body is something I must suppress using all my life. And will contaminate me for the rest of my life. Suppressing it with the cloth is meaningless. If I want to rid myself of this poison, there's only one way. I cut it off. But I still hold on to my left arm. A gun is pointed at my forehead. An image of a trigger. The trigger is my left arm. Once pulled, the gun will fire, blowing my brains from my skull.
Whoa!
Fuck. I shudder. I hold my breath and stare at the white wall. Clutching my arm, I lie down. Then cut it off. I close my eyes. My whimpering finished, I decide to get some sleep for tomorrow.
That was aggressively graphic.
So we learned not to take the cloth off.
We sure did learn a very important lesson.
I love the Shiro crazed pain moments. Those are the funnest, most fun things to voice. A small sound. I awaken to the sound of footsteps. I wake up my dozing mind. It's almost 2 o'clock. It hasn't even been 30 minutes since I fell asleep. I get up, still unconsciously holding onto my left arm. Sakura. Outside the room. I call out to the hallway where the footsteps came from. It's not that I know who's there. I just thought Sakura might be there.
She gonna break your knees tonight.
The door opens. Sakura steps through into my room. Biting her lip in embarrassment, she looks down as if unsure of what to say.
I'm sorry, Senpai. Again.
Sakura apologizes. But I'm the one who should apologize. The reason why Sakura's here. I know well enough the pain she has to go through.
I should have gone to see you as soon as I came.
Oh, my bad.
I should have gone to see you as soon as I came home. I'm sorry for making you suffer. I stand up. I was so caught up in my left arm that I forgot about Sakura. I can't be forgiven even if I apologize.
Senpai?
I know. If you're ready, let's start right away. Sakura blushes and nods. There's nothing for her to be embarrassed about, but maybe Sakura feels the act of sucking blood is somehow indecent.
But,
She looks down, seeming troubled. Oh, right. We can't start like this. I'll light a candle first.
Are we, like, did we ever figure out if this was a euphemism?
I think the blood thing still happens, but sex happens at the same time.
I see.
She bit my finger before, but this time I can share my blood in a more practical way. Wait a second. I think he was in the desk. I stand up and turn towards my desk. But I unconsciously tried to move my left arm.
Senpai, are you alright?
No, it's nothing. I just felt a bit dizzy. Damn, that's pitiful. I used my left arm's reminder of the pain. Still, it shouldn't hurt as long as I have the cloth on, so what am I frightened about? Let's see. Alright, here it is. I rummage through the desk with my right hand and pull out a box cutter. I push out the blade with a clicking noise, checking whether it's gotten chipped or dull. I can't make Sakura bite me, so I need to make myself bleed instead. It'd be easier if I had a syringe or something, but unfortunately I don't keep that kind of thing on hand. So in this case, all that's left is to quickly cut my arm and let the blood flow.
What did you mean by alright?
My right hand is holding the box cutter. My left hand and the arm attached to it are wrapped up.
Box cutter?
This is stupid of me.
Oh, yeah, well, just let her bite you.
Oh, that's weird. Also way worse, right?
I don't know, man.
I think biting to draw blood intentionally is going to be so much more painful than just like nicking yourself with a box cutter.
Make it hot. Stop.
I'm holding the cutter in this hand, then of course I can only cut the other arm. Even loosening the cloth hurts, so cutting it's out of the question. Cut your leg or something. Well...
Yeah, put her right on your thigh.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Suck my toes. Sorry.
But my left hand can't move well enough to hold it. I think about what to do, and... I hear the echo of a howl. Oh, we're back. There's still time, it says. I don't need this arm, it says.
Remember hacking off your... Imagine hacking off
some
your
blood?
arm with a fucking box cutter?
Think about it. Just loosening the cloth caused you that much pain. So there's still time. There's a blade in your hand. You'll waste your life on sealing that invasive thing away. You'll live in perpetual fear of that explosive that could go off at any time. Even just its timer will be enough, so gouge it out with this box cutter. I freeze, holding the box cutter. I decided not to hold on to this regret anymore, but holding a blade brings it back all of a sudden. My heart hammers, cold and mechanical, my eyes go out of focus.
Senpai?
Her voice breaks the spell. I lower the box cutter and breathe deeply. Sorry, I was just thinking. It's nothing important, so don't worry about it. I just contemplated cutting my arm off with this box cutter.
Really? But Senpai, you look...
I've just got heartburn. It's nothing compared to what you're going through right now. Just wait. Injury small as this will only take... I moved the box cutter lightly. The pain was really nothing to worry about. Only a small sting. Oh, alright. This'll do it.
Yeah, the heartburn line fucking killed me.
The blood flows more quickly than I thought. Now to give it to Sakura. What did he cut?
He didn't specify. I don't know what he cut. I'm gonna pretend it's his thigh, because that's funny.
You could definitely, like, cut your own finger in that hand.
That's true. He probably did just cut his finger again, right? Rather than having her just like...
Yeah. That sounds fucking awful. Whereas just getting your finger to bleed with a box cutter would...
Yeah,
it
it
would
just needs
sting,
a light...
but-
just imagine like a paper cut between your the webbings of your fingers. You're like, yeah,
Why
yes.
would you do it? Why there? Of all places. The worst.
Just a tiny paper cut.
I drop the box cutter. Sakura stares at the cut on my arm and the trail of red liquid running along it.
Oh, there we go.
How'd he cut his arm with his...
I don't know. I don't know.
She goes limp as though her fright until now had just been an act. You can't crop the images like this.
Sure can.
There's an intoxicated look in her eyes. Her moist, parted lips and pale throat move greedily. She twists her body. She crawls across the futon towards me on all fours.
This is...
This is pulled straight. It's as if some sleek beast has taken Sakura's form. Sakura. I don't know what to say at this sudden change. All I can do now is hold out my arm, dripping with blood to the wrist now, to Sakura.
mm.
The blood drips from my fingers.
Just feels like a fucking waste, dude.
It dribbles between her soft, wet lips. The blood continues dripping onto Sakura's outstretched tongue. Sakura raptly licks my fingers. I don't feel the pain from the cut, only the softness of Sakura's tongue at my arm.
It's a real no thoughts head empty.
It's happening again. The irresistible sensation is coming back.
It's delicious, senpai.
Fucking voice bite right there. The sight of Sakura licking my arm is beautiful and captivating. As though she hadn't been frightened just moments before, Sakura's charm stimulates my mind. It's as though she's lapping up honey. Sakura's lips gradually approach the cut. They cover the still bleeding wound. That indescribably pleasant feeling is back. All the strength goes out of my shoulders. It's a bewitching sweetness, different from when she was licking my fingers. I grit my teeth and hold back my voice. My blood is being taken, but the pleasant feeling pours in its place. The pain from the cut becomes dim, and I can barely feel my right arm anymore. Sakura's pressed to my arm, drinking deeply. I know this is to replenish Sakura's magical energy, but to think it'd be this sweet. Sakura's murmuring voice stimulates my nerves. The pleasure of her drinking my blood reaches all the way to the shoulder. My left arm is filled with pain and fear, while my right is filled with pleasure and loss. Sakura. I embrace Sakura. Holding her in the arm from which she's drinking, I bring her close to my chest. Still, she keeps drinking as though it's something delicious.
God damn it. This route is so hard.
Senpai, my senpai.
Pleasure of the honey being sucked intoxicates me more than Sakura's soft body or the feeling of her lips at my arm. A hard to describe urge arises in my mind.
You got a boner, bro.
I want to hold Sakura so tightly that she breaks. She continues to suck. It feels like she's sucking up my energy, not only my blood. A thought enters my hazy mind. It reminds me of something. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Uh, mm, your wound is already.
How long did we stay like this? Sakura reluctantly separates her lips from my arm. My head is heavy. It feels like Sakura is still drinking from me. My mind feels like it's floating through the air. Still, I try to see if Sakura's okay. Sakura's doing great.
She's having the best time. Itadakimasu!
She also says this in the sex scene, actually.
God, could you imagine? I would lose my mind.
Stands up. Oh, thanks for the meal.
Thank you for the meal, senpai.
Sakura looks down remorsefully. With that, maybe because my magical and physical energy have been used up, the last of my tension disappears. But power in my mind turns off. I can't think of anything. I can't remember the gentleness of Sakura's arms or the pleasant feeling of her sucking my blood. This is just like... It's like I just dreamed of giving Sakura my blood. I fall into a deep sleep. My tired body forgets about Sakura dressing my wound and returning to her room, the uneasiness in my mind. What happened tonight? I go back to the light sleep I was having an hour ago.
He's like, damn, did that really happen?
You can knock a Vampire Erotica after your 2022 bingo card. It is in a red sea. The familiar scenery is submerged in seawater, turning the town into an aquarium. Instead of air, something thick flows into the throat. The more it gasps for breath, the more of the heavy, watery substance it sucks in. So this has to be underwater. It gasps out that it's painful. It originally lived on land. It cannot possibly live underwater. It tries to reach the surface, and it eventually reaches the highest place in the town. The suffocation does not abate. It looks down at the town, lungs burning from lack of oxygen, and curses the peacefully sleeping townspeople. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. There's no air here. There's no pain here. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. It drags corpses behind it. Its body is bright red with blood. It hurts, need more, it hurts. In its black hands are many corpses. The distorted hands grasp many dead bodies. Need more, need more, need more, need more. It's dyeing itself red. Need more air. The air hurts. The water pressure is uncaring. The water pressure is unbearable. It smears the red blood all over its body. It probably thinks that the blood is the only watertight protection it has to live in this water. It reaches out its twisted hands. Illuminated by the moon, the dark hand becomes a giant shadow and descends to crush the town. This is Sakura's room, right?
Yeah, did you not hear my ah?
Oh, no, I don't think it came through.
Oh, my bad.
She wakes up. She's breathing hard from her restless sleep. Astonished by the dream's realism, she hugs her feverish body. At that instant, her hands are wet with blood. She shuts her eyes and pulls her hands away. when she looks again, they're clean. Although she knows it's just a hallucination, she can't stop trembling. She trembles. She trembles like a broken machine. She trembles so violently that bolts might spill from her ears. All the parts in her body will spill out like that, and the image is so frightening that she cannot stop trembling.
My face. Yeah, I have to go wash my face.
She heads to the bathroom. She makes it only a few steps. Her quaking limbs will not follow her orders. She braces herself against a desk. Her vision wavers. She can't make it to the door. She can't even see it clearly. She can't remember what kind of a dream she was having or why she got out of bed. She's broken. She can't remember anything. She can't think of anything. There's nothing but greed and hunger. She wants hot skin and kind words. Same. She lies on the desk and shakes her head. Fear and infinite self-hatred. Something is wrong. Why hasn't she had enough? A few hours ago, she was given what she needed, but it hasn't filled her up at all. She was so glad, and she thought there could be no greater happiness, but she's not the least bit satisfied. She's probably empty, and that's why he alone cannot fill her up. But she doesn't want anyone else. She wants to be his for much longer. She wanted at the cost of time, emotion, and other people, so why didn't she do so? And she naturally realizes that she can eliminate all the things she just thought about.
She can eliminate time? Hold on.
You just kill both people, you eliminate all the time.
Stop.
Oh?
She feels dizzy. It's not so far-fetched. What's scary is that she really thought it would be fun. She leans on the desk. She keeps her collapsing body steady. The frightening dream becomes clearer every day. The frightening dream becomes less frightening every day. She's breaking down. Until now it was only her body. But now she's beginning to go mad. Moans escape her mouth. Her vague memory is no problem. It doesn't matter if she can't remember what happened a few hours ago. She's not scared of being in bed forever. She's terrified of becoming something else. She doesn't want to become a bad person. If she slowly breaks down like this, she'll go crazy in the end. She'll probably become something that will cause him the most trouble. That's what terrifies her. It's scary to go crazy. It's more scary than anything else. If she does, he won't touch her, nor will he love her. She won't be able to be with him. She won't even know if she's with him. Not only that, if she loses her mind, he'll be with another woman. She doesn't want that. She really doesn't want that. She always thought he should be with someone else, someone better suited to him, but she can no longer accept that. Because he's already hers. That's why it's frightening. She's scared of what she might do. She knows, yet there's no salvation. She cannot tell him of this dysfunction. If she tells him, it'll be back to the cold for her. She cannot return to the cold now that she's known warmth. She wants to keep smiling at him. But she knows it'll be lost if this continues. Her wish is just a desire. She wishes for one person's happiness, yet her happiness requires the ruin of that same person. If she cannot do so, she should just break down and disappear. If she's gonna go crazy, she should disappear now and become a monster in a place with no people. That should be the best choice. But she still clings to it. She wishes for more because it's warm and happy here. So why? Why is such a normal desire forbidden to her?
No. No, 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 no!
She shakes off her weakness. She's not envious. She's not holding any grudges. She justifies her decision, saying that she merely wants to stay here.
No, this isn't me.
She shakes her head in denial. She shuts her dark mind with an empty head. There are no happy endings. She turns her eyes away from the obvious conclusion. Her hazy mind's already experiencing another nightmare. Forcing down her wish to be saved, she keeps on crying.
I like that you compared this entire scene to Cookie Monster. But also Mike's joke about, oh, we love a good breakdown, and I felt like he meant music, but we went with mental and physical breakdowns.
Mike's over there moshing at his computer.
Yeah, for sure. Have you met him?
Unfortunately.
You're thinking attack. That works too.
Oh, they're making a comeback.
Okay, everyone, anybody need a quick break?
Actually, I'm gonna blow my nose real quick.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be right back.
Crabcore never truly left us. You stop that.
I love crabcore.
Breku?
Oh man. Sakura is really crazy. And it's interesting. But she crazy. It is interesting to have a crazy girl route because, like, obviously, like, Rin's just a mean girl, but not really a mean girl. Because the tsundere is very strong in that one. And Saber's just Saber. So, like, this is wild to just, like, the nice quiet girl's fucking crazy. But not because it's her fault. You know, she's got some trauma. A lot going on there. That's just not her fault.
Like, Sakura's definitely a victim. But she is also, due to that external influence, real fucking nuts.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay, you ready?
My nose is blown. I'm ready.
You know
It's
what else
funny
is
watching
blown?
my avatar just like...
No, he's just hanging out. He was doing his best.
Bright, nice day.
I
It's
love
morning.
what a great mood shift.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
My mind slowly... It's morning. As my mind slowly awakens, I sit up.
I'm concerned.
It's past 8 o'clock. I'm late for school. Well, that's not really true since I'm not going to school, but it makes no difference to the fact that I slept in. Well, I have to make breakfast. I get up and get changed. I can't avoid looking at the cloth wrapped around my left arm. Alright. I swing my arm as a warm-up exercise. It's fine. It rises up to my shoulders as I intended. It's getting better day by day. There's still no sensation, but at this rate...
What are you doing, Shiro. Breakfast is already over.
Huh? What? What? Ilya's in front of me. I should be in the living room, but I'm in the shed for some reason.
Are you listening to me, Shiro? I'm asking what you're doing here.
Yeah, I'm listening. Morning, Ilya. What a strange place to meet up. That was an odd reply on my part. It seems I'm not awake yet.
Shiro, are you not feeling well?
Huh? Oh, no, it's just that I'm only half awake, so give me a minute. I shake my head. My body's dead tired, but my sleepiness goes away. Alright, so, answering your question, I don't have any business here. I just made a stupid mistake because I was half asleep.
I see, then let's go to the living room. I'll prepare your breakfast.
Ilya happily runs across the yard.
Yo, we blacking out?
The sky is nice. It's bright blue, as if trying to wash away yesterday's gloomy air. I take a deep breath, and the cold, refreshing air fills my lungs. Did Ilya just say she'll make breakfast? That's the first thing I say after I'm fully awake. Ilya's breakfast. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also worried at the same time. I'm pretty sure that Ilya's never even held a knife before, let alone cooked. Oh, I should go keep an eye on her. I run across the prickling grass to the living room. And I'm astonished once again. I must have been really out of it. What was I thinking, coming here in my bare feet? 4 minutes after Ilya, I get up on the porch after wiping my feet.
Oh, senpai.
I run into Sakura as she comes out of the living room. Good morning, Sakura. I'm sorry about this morning. I overslept. It was past 8 when I noticed. Maybe she didn't hear me. She's just looking blankly at my face. Sakura? I reach out, afraid that she's sick again. Then...
Good morning, senpai.
Or maybe she isn't, because she greets me with lots of energy. Oh, you're full of energy, so I'm guessing you feel well?
Yes, I'm doing great thanks to you. You gave me energy.
Sakura sounds awkward. Being energetic's a good thing, but I get uneasy seeing her so restless.
She's either really high or really low.
What's wrong, Sakura? You're acting weird. First of all, what do you mean by me giving you energy?
Your blood.
Yesterday.
In your room. Sakura trails off, blushing furiously. Sound effect. Light bulb.
Oh, that was
I remember now. No, there's no way I can forget about it. Yesterday, I embraced Sakura.
good. That has to be code for sex, right? Maybe they didn't have sex the first time, but they definitely had sex the second time.
Yeah. No, maybe I should say she embraced me. Blood rushes to my head in an instant. I almost think there's no blood left below my neck. Sakura, the thing last night, that wasn't a dream, right? Sakura's still blushing, but she shakes her head and looks at me critically. Amazing. I thought my face couldn't get any hotter, but I guess I was wrong. Last night was... My mind labeled the event a dream. And filed it away in the corner of my memory. No. Sakura, I'm sorry about yesterday. Ignoring the blazing heat I feel, I apologize.
Okay, but I was happy, senpai.
Sakura smiles and gives a lethal reply. Uh, she got me. Sakura's so lovely, I want to hug her right here. I would have lost it for real if the sound of the TV hadn't come from the living room,
Shiro, breakfast ready!
and if Ilya hadn't called for me at exactly the right time.
We left the small child in the kitchen with a knife. Just
Yeah,
to
like a
talk
weird,
about
homunculus
sex.
child. So I'm gonna go eat breakfast. I'll talk to you later about this. I pivot like a robot and head to the living room.
What are these side glances? I hate them.
My limbs move awkwardly as I force down my desires.
Sorry, I was looking for my cats. If you saw my avatar go crazy.
Yeah.
Here's your breakfast, Shiro!
Ilya hands me a plate as soon as I enter the living room. On the plate are blackened toast, a runny sunny-side-up egg, and cut tomatoes. Oh, thanks. My head's still dizzy, but I sit down at my usual spot and start biting on the toast.
Running eggs are good.
Yeah? Well, you want... I think...
She probably has. It's probably the.
like the whites being runny. More so. Although, I don't know. It says, I decline a comment on the toast, but the egg is done pretty well. Maybe she copied someone, or perhaps Toska taught her. Maybe it is a popped yolk then. That's fine. That's ideal. Anyway, I have to give her a perfect score if this is her first time cooking. It's good. I crunch on the toast. I break my teeth against the toast. Ilya doesn't seem happy or proud, but simply watches me in satisfaction. I'm not giving in to her happy mood, but I decide not to ask why the toast feels like coal. It's good. Having your toast black or hard is a matter of personal preference.
Is it a problem? You'll get sick if you eat something burned like that.
You idiot. The burn spots are the best, whether it's rice or toast.
Hey, are you alright, Emiya-kun?
I'm saying it's good, and I guess doing it rough is alright.
Oh!
What?
Oh, where am I able to do hearts? Oh my god. Was that... It was fine. You must really be half asleep. This isn't time to be saying such carefree things, you know?
I really said phrasing. Toska looks at the TV.
Yeah, what room is Toska saying? Did you guys have sex all night?
She's on the outer also, right?
I think so.
Although she's usually in Sakura's room. I don't remember the layout that well right now. The TV's on, showing the morning news. Is this deja vu? The news seems to be a story I've already seen, and my mind sharpens up. The captions on the screen. An incident of unexplained comas occurred in Shinto last night. The residents lost consciousness overnight. It's being treated just like the other mysterious comas, but it's different from before. The area of the incident's 50 meters in diameter. It used to only happen in one building at a time, but the damage has spread much further now. And that's not the only problem. At the end of the report, beside the triple-digit number of victims is a new list called Missing People. Toska, this is...
Yes, 14 missing people. I'm sure there'll be more once they look into it. Well, it looks like about a tenth of the people were completely swallowed.
My mind freezes. I unconsciously...
Do you get it now? I don't know if this is Zoken or the Shadow's doing, but it makes no difference to the fact that there are more victims now. At this rate, a whole section of the town will be swallowed in a few days.
Squeeze my left arm. Toska, are the missing people dead? I asked to confirm. Toska looks away, which is answer enough.
That's all. I understand how you feel, but feeling guilty can come later. Look, they're starting to do as they please because they think we can't do anything about it. They can do ridiculous things because they're taking us lightly. So I don't even need to say what we need to do, right?
Toska quietly gets up. There's only one place she could be going. Toska does not urge me to join her, but goes ahead to the dojo.
About to beat that ass. So, first off, how's your arm doing, Shiro?
Give me 1 second, actually. I have to fix something real quick.
Ah, yes. I want to touch Tamako, but he's probably going to stand up when I do this. He's just so soft and cute. I moved where the pillow was on my desk, and now he wants to sleep in it again. Well, the old location, no good. New location, perfect.
Okay. My headset was so, like, twisted around that it was miserable.
Okay, I have switched screens. You may commence. Oh, wait, it's my turn. So, first off, how's your arm doing, Shiro?
Toska cuts right to the chase when I get to the dojo. Well, I can move it fine, but that's not what you're asking me, right?
Right, I'm asking you if you understand Archer's arm.
Ilya's watching us silently. I swear Toska doesn't know what this arm is. She doesn't know about the fear I felt last night. It'll be over for me if I take this cloth off. She doesn't know that my body will be destroyed if I let his arm free, let alone use it. I recall the sensation. Unavoidable death. It felt like being buried alive. Utter obliteration where the world is covered beneath something mysterious and ends in silence. After just a glimpse of it, my mind repeated to itself in terror that I cannot use this arm. I'll die if I use it. Without some sort of miracle, I will definitely die.
How is it? It's been a day since I transplanted my crest, so it should be working now. Answer me, do you know what you can do with Archer's arm?
Hold on. Toska's question is not exactly what I've been expecting. I thought she wanted to know if I could use the arm. So you're not asking me if I can suppress his arm, but if I know what his noble phantasm is?
Of course! It'll be terrible if you use Archer's arm, so there's no way I'm going to let you. Or what? Were you thinking about using it?
Oh.
Fucking idiot.
Toska's seriously angry. No, but I thought that's where the conversation was going.
What are you talking about? Jeez, let me tell you, I forbid you to use Archer's arm, no matter the situation. And don't even consider using it without my permission. You're taking Archer's place, so it'll trouble me if you die.
I take back what I said earlier. She knows. She's a much better magus than I am. She knows more than me about what'll happen if I free this arm.
So, how is it? Do you understand what Archer's noble phantasm is?
I don't know what kind of answer Toska's expecting, but...
Geez, why don't you just tell her, Shiro, that you knew what it is since his arm has been transplanted?
Wait, is that true, Shiro?
Oh, I think so. Archer's noble phantasm is his projection magic, and it's reproducing weapons, right? I have a vague idea, but I can't be sure, so I'm still half in doubt.
I guess I didn't need to be so nervous. So you're already connected to it. That's helpful in its own way, but why didn't you say anything? Ilya, if Shiro knew about Archer's protection magic, I didn't even need to ask him.
You didn't ask, you're the one who wants Shiro to do projection, so it's your role to ask. It's nothing I should butt in on.
Not my fucking job.
What's that? Are you gonna say we're stopping after all that preparation?
That's for you two to decide. You'll certainly win if you can reproduce the gem sword. That's why I gave you a hand. But I only helped you because it's my obligation. It's not because I agree with your plan.
Do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Judging by her conversation, Toska wants me to project something.
Excalibur!
The gem sword. They just said the gem sword.
What's the gem sword?
Well, we don't know yet, but they know.
Oh.
But you've seen it in a craft essence, for sure. Can I say something? So, in short, you have something you want reproduced?
When you said that, I thought it was out of character, and I was like, you were just talking. You could have just kept going.
Can I say something?
Yep, I need you to reproduce something for me. We can't match Saber or that shadow, so we have to create something in place of servants. A conceptual weapon that exceeds the servants.
Conceptual weapon. Is that the fixed magical item that executes a set phenomenon? I read that from my notes.
Yes, it's an outbreaker that defeats its opponent, using the weight of its concept rather than physical damage. I'm going to have you project a special conceptual weapon that has been passed down through the Tosca family. The goal is to make something that can match Saber's Noble Phantasm. You saw Saber's Noble Phantasm that defeated Berserker, right? In terms of raw power, Saber's weapon is the strongest. I'm sure even the Shadow would be destroyed by a blow from her Noble Phantasm, and we can't dodge or block it if it's used against us. Conversely, we can manage a fight if we can make a sword that exceeds Saber's Noble Phantasm, even if it's an imitation that breaks easily.
Sound argument and a natural conclusion. If Saber's Noble Phantasm is their strongest weapon, we just need to prepare something that outperforms it. Make a weapon that's stronger than your enemies. It's the simplest and surest way to win. But I don't know. I can't project such a strong Noble Phantasm. No, first of all, I've never succeeded at projection magic.
Yes, I'm sure you've never been able to do the kind of projection that we Magi are familiar with. But your projection isn't on that level. You were merely doing it wrong because you didn't know how. But you now have Archer's knowledge, so you just need to trace it. With Archer as your example, you will succeed.
Osuka sounds confident. But even so, I have no confidence in myself.
Look, I've told you before, but you're a magus that uses projection, not strengthening. You might not be able to make a replica with the same power as the original, but you should get close to it if you follow Archer's theory. Our role is to back you up. We'll prepare the materials to be as close to the original as possible. Ilya is analyzing the blueprint that you'll be using during projection, and I'm preparing the materials that were used to make the real weapon. It'll be a little longer, but it's up to you after that. If you can reproduce my master's path, even if it's just the shape, we have a chance of victory against Zokin.
So they're gonna prepare the blueprint and the materials, and I'm supposed to put it together? I have no problem we can defeat Zokin that way. I'll happily go with their plan, but let's assume I really can project this weapon. If that's the case, we won't need any materials. If you show me the original, I can copy it. We can try it right now, instead of waiting for you to get ready.
Are you stupid? If it were that simple, I would have had you try it 2 days ago. Look, you'll be able to project once at most, and the projected weapon is certain to have flaws. But that's meaningless. We can't have you make an imitation like the failures in the shed that look the same on the outside, but contain nothing on the inside.
But I can only make such imitations.
That's why we're backing you up. We're preparing materials that are as close to the real thing as possible to compensate for the required knowledge and magical energy, and have you fix it in place with your image. It's simple addition. We add your image, and the materials we prepared to achieve a better result.
Well, I'm sure we don't need the material or the blueprint if you use Archer's arm to project it, but that's not possible. This is the only way to prepare a weapon without relying on that arm.
So we're strengthening what's there using projection, huh? Yeah, that does sound... It sounds plausible, and we might be able to do it with practice. But I don't know if it'll succeed or not. I wasn't able to consistently use strengthening magic till I became a master. I don't think I can do something like that on the spot.
Better fucking learn, Broy. Oh, that's alright. I'm going to have you train your projection and practice retrieving Archer's knowledge.
I see, that's good for me too, but you look happy, Tosaka.
No way, I've been playing with building blocks with Ilya for a while, so I'm just thinking how refreshing it is to talk with a bad student.
Ugh, I get the chills recalling the weird sensation from yesterday.
She said you dumb with an Ilya.
Tosaka got me naked, came close to me, and stuck her fingers in me.
Oh,
whoa!
Stuck her fingers in you where?
I'm not telling. Nothing happened then, but if we're gonna do that again today... Ugh. I might get a big scolding from Sakura resting in her room.
So, do you get it now, with all the jokes aside? I want to confirm everything one last time.
Firm.
I'm asking if you're okay with this plan. We'll be relying on your projection. I won't let you use Archer's arm, but his influence will still poison you as you imitate his magic. Knowing that, are you still okay with this plan?
Hey, I have no complaints if we can defeat Zoken. It's promising if you're the one training me in magic.
I'll be honest here, using Archer's magic means releasing the seal on his arm. In short, I'm telling you to take off that shroud while we're training projection.
Oh. My mind freezes. Take the shroud off? Release the arm that terrified me, made me cry, made me shake in the corner just by loosening the cloth? I don't even need to think about it.
Ooh.
Like, it's what's gotta happen, right?
So we're not allowed to use the arm, but we need to take the shroud off to, I guess, become in touch with the arm? Is that what she's saying?
Yeah. Right, because she's saying, like, I will not let you use Archer's arm, but you do need to take the shroud off.
I'm sorry, the chat just said my magic crest is in my butthole.
Inu, don't tell us what choices matter, even if you know or not. That's not fun. Don't do that.
So we're nodding, right? Even though we know it's gonna hurt?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just... Even thinking of Sheer here, it's like, oh, that's gonna really fucking suck, but also this is like... This is what needs to be done, right?
Right. Right. Even though we know it's gonna hurt.
Yeah. I think we nod, because that's... Even then. Even if he's not feeling super confident, he's like, yeah, for sure. Okay, if that's what it takes. I muster all my resolve. I'll go with your plan. I need to take this cloth off, right? And I managed to nod.
I see. So it's as I expected.
What is it, Tosca? Is my answer not good enough?
Oh god, we failed the test. No, I just reaffirmed that threatening you is meaningless. I didn't think you'd be okay with taking the shroud off, but your answer is satisfactory. We passed the test.
Tosca looks away, clearly displeased. Hey, you're acting strange, Tosca. It took a lot of effort to agree to that, and now it feels like I'm at fault here.
Yeah! Yes, I'm the strange one. Your response was exactly what I wanted, but actually hearing it made me mad. But Shiro, I've already said this, but I won't let you use Archer's arm. That means never taking the shroud off. I'm not one to talk after testing your determination like that, but don't ever say you'll take the shroud off. If you do, there'll be no turning back. So it was a test.
Sounds more like a plea than a warning.
Shiro's not naked right now.
I grasp my left arm that's covered by the red cloth. I don't want to take this off either. But... then what about imitating Archer's magic? I won't be able to draw out his magic unless I take this off, right?
Right, so I'm going to have you loosen the shroud a bit. That won't break the seal, and the reaction from the arm should be small, right?
Yeah. Then what you meant earlier by taking off the cloth is...
Yes, I just meant loosening the cloth slightly. But that's still a big deal, so I tested your determination. You would have to do this eventually anyway. You don't want to keep that on forever, right? You won't be able to manage it in the future unless you can at least put it back on. Like taking a bath or if it comes undone somehow.
Oh, you're right.
Right, so you should at least get used to what happens when you loosen it. The crest from yesterday seems to have familiarized itself with your body, and your magical resistance has increased. Ilya will protect your consciousness, so I think you'll be okay for about 5 minutes.
Ilya? So you want us to suppress Archer's arm together?
No, I'm only going to protect your mind, so it's your role to endure the flowback from Archer. You have to retrieve his experience, so you need to bear it with it, not block it off.
Oh. Ilya cuts off the flow of magical energy from Archer. I won't be able to learn his techniques. Even if it's poison for me, I have to taste it to understand its content. Alright, so I'm to loosen the cloth and bear the flow back from the arm, right?
Yes, make sure to close your eyes and concentrate within yourself. It's just like opening the magic circuit, so it should be easy, right? Your body just needs to experience Archer's projection technique. Don't worry about trying to understand it. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna leave for a bit. I'll leave the rest to you, Ilya. Please train Shiro while I'm gone.
Toska suddenly gets up and leaves without hurry. What's up with her?
I don't know. I think she forgot something. But you have things to do yourself, Shiro. I forget something stupid like loosening the shroud, but I'll help since you promised her. Let's finish this before she gets back.
Ilya comes behind me and lays her cold hand on my back. Ilya?
Just close your eyes and meditate. I'll protect your mind and loosen the shroud once the magic circuit opens up. I'll time it, so you just have to bear the flow back of magical energy. Be sure to make desperate efforts, or the reaction will definitely swallow you.
I nod back and close my eyes. Hey, don't die!
Yeah!
I quietly gather my senses and create another nerve inside me. This step has gotten much easier over the past few days. Once I complete the line of light running through my back...
I'm going to give you a needless warning. Rin only knows the pain of having her heroic spirit's arm transplanted onto you. She doesn't know what this is going to cause. She has no idea what this is going to do to you. But it can't be helped. I'm the only one in the world who knows about the relationship between you and Archer. Oh.
Oh, Rin doesn't know we're the same person. So Ilya's like, this might fuck you up a bit, but...
Is that probably part of the reason why she's agreeing? Because she's like, this is technically your future arm anyway.
Yeah, I can see that too. Mangles, thanks for the beer fund.
Beer fund! Thanks for the resub.
Ilya's saying something strange in a voice too vague to hear clearly.
Uh-oh, Tamago's getting up. Uh-oh. Hey, friend! Oh. One moment, please. We can continue.
Well. She leaves the two of them and comes out into the yard.
What's going on, Sakura? Weren't you resting in a room since you're sick?
Toska Rin coldly regards the girl before her. Nato Sakura looks down uneasily. There are no words between them. Rin mercilessly condemns the outsider, Sakura. She's at a loss for words, feeling beholden and inferior.
Sakura, if you're here because you're worried about Emiya-kun, go back. I'll pretend I didn't see you.
Sakura trembles a bit. Her older sister's bitter. She corners Sakura even when she knows of her uneasiness.
No, Mei-san, I just...
Pushing her resolve, Sakura looks at her ideal, her older sister. But...
You don't need to explain. I'm telling you to go back to your room. I'm not going to let you in the dojo, no matter what you tell me.
Rin cuts off the girl.
Why can't I go in? Do I really need to spell it out? You're our enemy when we're acting as masters. Look, Sakura, even if you and Ryder are just staying in the house without fighting, it doesn't change the fact that you're under Zoken's control. There's no way we can train in front of such a person.
Faced with the cold word, Sakura can only stand there. Toska Rin is serious. Unlike Shiro, her sister is worrying about when she might fall under Zoken's sway and become their enemy. No. Rin probably assumes they'll end up as enemies. She bites her lip. As Rin says, Sakura can fall into Zoken's hands at any time. Her body's getting worse every day and her memory's becoming more vague. Her only respite came when she slept, but now she's begun having nightmares. It'll be no surprise she goes crazy at any time.
That's right. Walking around when you have no magical energy only bothers us. You don't know when you might collapse. Well, I'm sure you won't collapse right now since you've settled down, but Emiya-kun will worry if you push yourself. He'd be even more concerned if that happens. That's not what you want, right?
Rin is absolutely right. Sakura drops her gaze further, biting her lip helplessly.
Do you understand? Then get going. I'll go get you at noon, so rest until then.
She nods. I just fucking checked the clock to see how close noon was. Stupid.
It's in 2 hours and 15 minutes.
4 hours and 15 minutes, you weird time traveler. Rin turns her back to her younger sister, as if to tell her that she's just a nuisance.
Hold on, Nei-san.
What, you still have something to say?
Yes, I understand your point. I'll go back to my room. But please tell me, what are you going to have Senpai do? You know he can't fight anymore, right? But you're seeing him, and what more are you going to make him do?
She stops before leaving.
I'm teaching him magic. We can't beat Saber, Soken, or the Black Shadow as we are right now. So I'm going to have Shiro draw magic from Archer's arm. That arm is filled with his experience, and that experience will flow continuously into Shiro if we loosen the shroud, forcing Shiro to level up.
What?
As a magus of the Mato, Sakura knows that this is a reckless plan. What her sister intends to do is just torture. It's like pouring 100 units of fuel into a container called Emiyashiro that can only hold 10. Even if 10,000 units are poured, the excess will overflow and the container will only hold 10. But that'll only be painful. Emiyashiro will gain from less than a tenth of the agony he goes through. And most of all, a person with a normal mind will never be able to endure it. If you set a mud puppet against a tidal wave, the puppet will be washed away. That's what loosening the shroud means.
That's absurd. Senpai's body won't last if you do such a thing. No, not only that, Senpai trusts you, Nei-san. That's why he's accepting your reckless plan. I'm sure he'll take that cloth off in the end if you tell him.
Sakura.
Sakura does not look down. She stares straight at her sister.
You're right, but Sakura, he would take the shroud off himself even if I don't tell him to. I realized it when I was talking to him earlier. Honestly, in the end, he'll take it off like it's nothing, no matter how strongly I warn him.
Nei-san?
Yes, I know that, so I had to suggest a plan that wouldn't make him take it off. If he knows we can manage without having him take the shroud off, he won't do it unless it's a last resort. So my role is to make him create a weapon with set limitations. Why are we telling him the entire plan? I'll have him rest after that. I'll even confine him, keeping him out of combat until the Holy Grail War is over.
She's telling the truth. Tosuke Rin is showing as much consideration as she can. That's why. But that is her mind as Tosuke Rin. As successor of an old family lineage, Sakura knows the other side of Rin.
Nei-san, I understand that you're concerned for Senpai's safety. But that's it. If you find out that you cannot beat Grandfather with the current method, you'll end up using him. You're a magus of Tosuka. You will use Senpai as a tool to win, to protect the law of Magi.
They are not questions, but statements of fact. The Tosuka heir closes her eyes and...
Yes, if our current method fails and if Soken and the Shadow continue their rampage, I'll have Shiro use Archer's arm. It's only natural if his life is the only thing at stake.
He makes a declaration with her head held high.
That's selfish of you. Senpai never wanted the Holy Grail. He became a master by chance, so it's wrong to force him to keep fighting.
It seems you misunderstand, Sakura. Look, I'm not forcing him, and even if that's true, Shiro has no right to object. His life was saved because I gave him my Archer's arm, but he hasn't tried to cut it off yet. That means his life is mine now. He's my Archer as long as he doesn't get rid of his arm. Do you get it? Shiro is my familiar until this war ends. There's no reason for you to butt in. As long as he wants to fight, I'm going to lend him my powers, and I'm going to borrow his power.
You cannot say anything. The girl cannot say anything back to her sister, who is full of intimidating confidence.
Is that all? Then go back to your room. Didn't I tell you you're just being a distraction?
Tosuke Rin turns around and heads to the dojo. The girl watches, as if it's a distant scene. The familiar yard is vast. There's nothing around. It feels like nothing was within reach. In that artificial solitude...
I see. So you're taking Senpai as well, Nei-san.
The girl murmurs something without emotion. No, Rin just got added to the kill list.
Rin's gonna get her kneecaps taken first, for sure.
Whoa. I don't know when Tosuka got back, but she's in front of me. What are you doing, Tosuka?
state, right?
Rather, lunch. Rin and Sakura. Sakura, more.
That's strange. Why are they talking secretly in front of me? Scott, Ilya. Maybe my throat is bad, because I can't talk in a big voice. Oh, that's not me. Oh. Alright. Hey, what are you two talking about? Their conference abruptly ends. Oh, it's back now. It seems the loud voice did the trick.
What? You said my seasoning is new to you, so you don't like spicy food, Shiro?
Your food makes my tongue numb instead of just being spicy. We already decided to have Sakura cook lunch, so let it go already. Shiro said he wants Sakura stew too.
Teams are talking about lunch. Hey, now's not the time to... Sorry. I stop halfway into my sentence. I see the clock and find out it's almost noon. Something's nagging at the back of my mind. Nothing strange. The dojo's the same as always, but I'm getting chills. Tosuka left at 9 o'clock. Information I don't know in my head. Groceries. I respond to the conversation. Something in my head are details of every weapon. Ilya said something concerning the pain of the white arm, skipping 40 and 26 times. The memory disappeared and returned. I hit my forehead with my fingers. It's fine. The dizziness is gone now.
Shiro, what's wrong? You're going to the shopping district with Ilya, right?
I look through my memory. I did indeed say we'll go shopping together. Yeah, let's go, Ilya. I shake my head and start walking.
Hey, you're acting strange. You were fine when we put the shroud back on. Did the fatigue just catch up to you?
Oh, yeah, I'm a bit confused, but it's alright. There's nothing compared to the pain from yesterday, and my body feels fine. I was just a bit dizzy, so there's no problem at all.
Is the sheath still inside us?
Yes, but it doesn't matter, because it only activates when Saber is, like, connected to us.
I see. So it's not doing any sort of magic healing regeneration for us
No,
anymore?
no.
Okay.
No. I go outside with Ilya. We can't spare the time to go shopping often, so we'll have to push ourselves and buy about 3 days worth of groceries.
Yeah, sorry, my tracker's on the ground, or on my desk, so I made my arm look broken. But so I don't sit with my arm up the whole time.
Then let's buy a lot. What do you want, Ilya? Well, we have to start with today's lunch.
Aren't we having stew for lunch? You said so earlier.
Oh, yeah. It's good if it's decided. Sakura makes white stew, so let's look at the chicken meat. Hell yeah, chicken meat.
Hell yeah, chicken meat.
We head to the familiar butcher. We're buying 3 days worth of groceries after all. We can't waste money, so we have to walk around to find cheap, high-quality goods. And after 30 minutes of fast-paced store hopping...
Aha! We bought a lot, Shiro!
Ilya looked bored while we shopped, but she's laughing now with the groceries in hand. I'm sorry, I bought too much. Are those too heavy, Ilya? This bag is lighter, so let's swap. I hold out the lightest of the 7 bags I'm holding.
No, it's not heavy, so I'm fine. Should I carry one more bag? You're carrying lots of bags, and you look like grapes.
You smell like beef.
I smell like beef.
Well, I'm fine too, but grapes? That's a weird comparison.
Yeah, you're more like a clown with balloons.
it sounds lonely. Ilia's probably happy. That's why she's singing as we walk home. But I think of another reason at the same time. It's natural for Ilia to sing. She could only sing by herself on her way home, as she had neither friends to talk to nor a father to wait for her. Ich glaub, die Wellen verschlingen Armen des Schiefer und Kahn. Und das hat mit ihrem Singen die Lorelei getan. On the side of the road. We lost viewers. I look at the tall object mirror. In the mirror is me, holding many groceries, and a girl singing with her eyes closed.
God, you can't make me laugh like that.
It's nothing. It looks like normal siblings going home after shopping. It looks so natural that it makes me imagine. What if Kiritsugu were between the boy holding the bags and the singing girl? How happy would that be? Ahem! Ilia. I call out to her. Well,
What is it, Jiro?
she turns back innocently. Oh, thanks, Fury.
Thanks for the resub.
That's because she's suppressing her true feelings. Ilia's killing her own emotions. Ilia's kept something bottled up within her ever since Archer disappeared. That's why we could hang out like this. Because Ilia can't smile like this unless she keeps her true self hidden. I'm the same way. I'm postponing something I already know. I'm running away from what I have to say. I just went along with Ilia's lie.
Shiro?
Ilia probably gave up. She stopped pressing the problem on us and going along with our end. That's fine. If Ilia likes this relationship and wants to keep ignoring that, I won't lose anyone. But still... Ilia, if you have no place to go back to after the war, there's something wrong with me. I'm about to say something I don't have to. But I have to say it while I still can. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy, so... Ilia, do you want to live at my place? I have to ask her before I go crazy.
They don't know she's the Holy Grail, right?
No, not this route. She stops.
But she knows she's the Holy Grail.
Yes. Ilia answers in an emotionless voice,
You mean that is Kiritsugu's son?
looking quietly at my face. Kiritsugu's son. What Kiritsugu couldn't do, what Kiritsugu abandoned. I'm Kiritsugu's son, even if I'm not blood related, so I must assume his duties. I have to face this girl not as Emiya Shiro, but as Emiya Kiritsugu's son. That's what Ilia's asking me. And of course, yeah, I'm my father's son, and I like you. That's the only reason I want to live with you.
Are you serious? Are you going to take Kiritsugu's place?
No, I can't be Kiritsugu, and I can't take his place. Kiritsugu and I are two different people, and there's nothing I can give you as Kiritsugu. But I like my father. I want to do what he couldn't. So despite how much you hate him, if you could bring yourself to forgive him, even a little... I want to live with you, Ilia. Can we make up for what we couldn't do until now? I'm fine with the way things are right now, so can we live together? There's no reply. Ilia looks down after shaking her head.
That's not possible. I can't live long and you can't live long either. So it's not possible to live together.
She refuses me with a bright smile. Can't live long?
You know that already, right? Yes, one of us might be able to live a bit longer if the other is sacrificed, but I think having both of us is impossible. If I'm alive after the war, then that means you're dead. See? It's impossible. There's no place for me in your house if you're not there.
Ilya's voice contains conviction. The silver-haired girl describes an ominous fate like a prophet.
But it's a bit vexing. I wish you'd said it a bit sooner. If you had, fate might have taken a different turn.
I don't get what Ilya's saying. I don't get why one of us has to die, or why she's given up and can say such things with a smile. Don't be stupid. That'll never happen. Even if Zokin's after you, we'll beat him before he can do anything. That's why you're helping Toska, right?
Yes, but that's the problem. Don't tell this to Rin, okay? The projection of the gem sword. You can't reproduce the Toska heirloom using Ren's method. Because your projection isn't projection magic. Normal projection magic would let us layer a projection onto something that's close to the original and strengthen it. But your projection is different. You can't give something form unless you create it from scratch based on your image. Because your magic's not projection, but putting shape to your mind.
What? How do you know that? How does she know the nature of Archer's magic?
That's why it's impossible. You have to use Archer's arm to make what Rin needs, but you already know what that means. It won't just be partial loss of memory like earlier. If you use it even once, you won't be yourself anymore. You're just a bit confused because of everything that's happened with you, Sakura and me. So I'll forget about your offer. You know it too, right? You can't choose all, and you can only save one.
Ilya turns her back to me and goes up the hill. I can't hear the familiar song anymore, and her words linger in my ears. Oh. A crashing sound comes from the kitchen. This is the fourth time this afternoon.
I'm sorry. I'm okay.
Sakura's voice comes from the kitchen. Toska must be tired of scolding her because she just sits there quietly. It's before 6. Sakura's making dinner as she requested. Toska and I were kicked out of the kitchen, so we're waiting for dinner without doing anything.
Oh,
The sound of a drop plate. In just half a day, I've grown used to hearing the sound of Sakura's mistakes. It all started earlier today. Sakura couldn't make her stew after we returned from shopping. When we came home, she was clearly not feeling well.
I'm fine. I might have a fever, but I can still make lunch.
I'm sure Sakura could have made lunch. But I can't push her when she has a fever. At around 2 o'clock, Toska and I managed to persuade her to take a nap. And it's time we promised her.
Then I can cook if my fever goes down?
That. And later in the afternoon, Sakura was starting to cook in the kitchen after more training that ended before I knew it.
Oh, welcome back, Senpai. Please hold on. Dinner will be ready soon.
Sakura goes back to work full of spirit. But I can instantly tell she's just bluffing. You must be tired, so go ahead and rest. Sakura doesn't back down, even when I tell her Toska and I will do the cooking instead.
Jeez, please don't be so overprotective. I'm a master too. This is nothing compared to fighting.
Maybe she's being obstinate. Sakura doesn't back down. On top of that, she wouldn't even accept any help from Toska or me. Toska's surprise is so unexpected that I'm stunned.
But Ne-san is training Senpai, so I can't be the only one doing nothing. I want to be of use like Ne-san. And this is a role I've had for a long time. I want to keep doing it.
Must be one thing Sakura can't give up. It'll only make you uneasy if you can't do something that's been part of your routine for a long time. Alright, I'll leave you in charge of dinner. Toska started to criticize me, but
Okay, I'll do my best, Senpai.
there's nothing compared to Sakura's joy.
Alright, thanks for waiting.
A cheerful voice echoes through the room. Sakura starts putting the dishes onto the table. Oh, seasoned rice. That's a complicated meal you made, Sakura. Is that sarcastic?
I can't tell. I
That's
don't think
probably not.
it's very genuine.
Yeah.
But I just imagine like fucking rice-a-roni, you know?
Oh, wow, you put some seasoning on this rice. That's really creative today, aren't you?
Oh, you just dumped some furikake on here? Thanks.
Yeah, right.
Yes, he bought some good clams and shrimp, so I went with seafood tonight. The rice is cooked along with clams, the shrimps are steamed, the squid are ethnic styled, and I made some hamburger steak for Ilya-chan.
She's filled with confidence. Everything looks delicious, like she put all her heart into it. I'm pretty sure the secret ingredient is her high spirits. And her blood, probably.
Ilya's face!
Wow.
Oh! The three of us at the table clap.
I didn't know how it'd turn out, but it seems like this will be worth the wait. Thanks for the meal.
I'm not going to hold back either. Can you pass me a fork, Shiro?
Here you go. And I'm gonna have some as well.
Okay, there's more, so please eat up.
I bow and reach out for the steamed shrimp wrap. It's bite-sized, looking more like steamed dumplings. It looks pretty with the topping of green onion, ginger, and radish sprout. I was worried about letting Sakura cook for all four of us, but this is more than...
Is it gonna taste horrible?
Oh, because she can't taste anything.
Yeah, she got COVID.
She's got COVID. I freeze. All three of us make a sour face for an instant. We continue eating as if nothing happened. No, we can only continue eating. None of the food on the table is good. It's not that they're terrible, but everything seems to lack something and the taste is out of balance. An awkward silence. We don't make eye contact, but wordlessly continue eating. But it should be impossible to keep deceiving Sakura. She's the one who made it. She'll notice right away when she starts eating.
Oh my god, she's gonna start eating and be fine.
Our silence is only delaying the problem. I look at Sakura. She must have realized it by now. Sakura should be shocked, but... she hasn't even taken a bite yet. I keep looking at her. What's going on? Sakura's looking down at her bowl and chopsticks with a troubled face.
She only wants blood now.
After a moment's hesitation, she reaches out. The chopsticks fall. She quickly grabs them and reaches out for the bowl. I can't keep watching this. Sakura keeps repeating the same action. She reaches out for the food with clumsy hands. But she drops her chopsticks every time and picks them up in a hurry. It doesn't seem like her fingers are merely numb. It looks so clumsy it seems like she's forgetting how to use the chopsticks every time she picks them up.
Oh.
She doesn't see it. Sakura should know how obvious it is to us, but she doesn't notice. As if telling us she's alright, she keeps going through the same motions. She awkwardly picks up the food, quickly brings it to her mouth, puts it in with some difficulty, and then tries to remember how to use the chopsticks again. She's trying so hard, there's no way I can ask if she's alright. Hosuka doesn't notice. Or rather, she keeps eating as if she doesn't notice. I do the same. We pretend not to notice Sakura's abnormality and finish dinner silently.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do in those cases? I guess if
I mean,
someone's like, I guess if you know they have like,
Yeah, I mean, if you were eating with like a disabled person, for example,
right,
you wouldn't be like, "Hey there, champ, you struggling?"
yeah, right. That would be awful.
It would be awful. But it's like if you're a friend who doesn't typically have this issue, I mean, I don't know, I probably wouldn't. Oh, no.
Like, at what
It
point do
depends on the
you
person.
like stand up and like go get an easier food tool than chopsticks? I say easier as if these people aren't Japanese, but like,
Yeah. Yeah, like at what point do you like offer help?
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's obviously it's very like case by case and relationship by relationship, but like,
Imagine
would I?
Shiro feeding
If
her.
I think really close friends, I'd be like, you struggling, dude? You know,
Bro, you okay?
because even if they were genuinely struggling, it'd just be like, aha, fuck you. My hands aren't working.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't know. If I was like on a date with somebody and it looked like they just like couldn't use a fork,
You're
I
like,
probably wouldn't say
you're like,
anything.
yep, not gonna address this.
Yeah, I'd probably eat a little slower.
That's nice of you. Okay,
Thank you.
go ahead and clear your throat.
I decided to clean up afterward. Sakura wanted to, but I stopped her. It doesn't seem like she can handle it, and I don't want her to find out that she can't do something she's so accustomed to. Just go back to your room, warm yourself up, and go to sleep. A little rest took care of your fever from before, right? Then your fingers will work again if you sleep and rest. I naturally stopped myself. Awkward. Sakura bites her lip and looks down. Sakura, it's not like you'll be that forever. It'll just take longer to get better if you push yourself when you're sick. None of this is your fault, so you should rely on us a bit.
That's not true. I'm not sick at all. My fever's gone. I can remember what happened yesterday. I know who you are. There's nothing for you to be worried about, so please don't worry.
You'll be fine, even if we don't worry about you. Don't be stupid. I'll be direct if you're going to push yourself. You took 2 hours to make dinner. You dropped a plate 7 times, and you seasoned the food all wrong. You screwed up the salt and used too much pepper. It didn't even seem like you're cooking. Enthusiasm's fine, but it's counterproductive if you can't get results. You get it? You think you're well, but you're still sick. That's the only thing that'd make you mess up. I'm angry, okay? Starting tomorrow, you're barred from the kitchen. I'm not letting you push yourself until your fever breaks. Without waiting for her reply, I pull her to the guest room. Her steps are heavy, but I ignore them and take her to her room. Damn, he was fucking counting. Tosca's waiting at the door. It's 10 o'clock. I know it's useless, but it's time to go patrol the town.
That was fast. How's Sakura?
I made her go to sleep. I'm sure she was tired. She fell asleep soon after she laid down.
I see. Then we'll leave the rest to Ilya and Ryder. We can't see Ryder, but I'm sure she's guarding Sakura from somewhere in this house.
Ryder's protecting Sakura just like she says. I'm sure she's remaining in spirit form to ease the burden on Sakura. She probably won't last a few more days. I recall the priest's words. The crest woman in her body will take her magical energy as long as the Holy Grail War continues. It's dangerous to put form to her servant in her condition, and she should save her energy for emergencies. That's why Ryder's in spirit form.
You look gloomy. Do you want to say something?
Huh? Something I want to say. That's stupid. Of course I want to say something. Tosca, can we beat Zoken tonight?
Oh?
We have no time to waste. Sakura's weakening day by day. If I'm to believe the priest's words, she might die tomorrow.
That's impossible. We can't match him right now. I understand your rush, but you have to be patient if you want to save Sakura. We can't help her if we die.
You won't fight yet. Okay, I understand that. Then,
You want to say there's no point in patrolling? Shiro, is beating Zoken all we want to do? No, right? You don't want any innocent people getting involved and dying, right?
that's right. I know. The patrol has a meaning. Even if we just run away if we find them, we have to do something we can, so there won't be victims like yesterday. But what did I swear to protect more than that oath?
Shiro? Are you alright? Emiya-kun?
Oh, I just felt a bit dizzy. I'm sorry, Tosca. I wasn't thinking.
You don't have to apologize. Sakura is in danger, but you must be tired as well. I was actually going to have you acquire protection in 3 days, but you worked hard and succeeded at it. Required acquire projection in 3 days, but you worked hard and succeeded at it today. I understand that you want to fight now.
What? I'm able to use projection after just today's training?
What? Did I say something weird?
No, the training was so hard it took everything I had to get through it, so it doesn't seem real.
Yeah, you were absorbed in it, but you were able to project a dagger on your last try thanks to that. Well, your success rate is below 10%, so you need to keep practicing.
Well, I guess that's how it was if I was that into it. That's probably why it was late afternoon when I noticed.